Yeah, let me just mute this meeting. Okay, yeah, who cares? Hi guys, Agent Kitchen here. Uh, how the fuck did I already forget my intro? Okay, whatever. So, you guys know me. I'm a little bit of a fan of calling out the BS that some of the entry point community says. I mean, you see how well I handled. Not really, I didn't handle it very well. But you guys see how I was very quick to call out the BS about the Raven versus K45. So I thought we might as well tackle some more shit that the entry point community says. Not really so much of the entry point community itself, but more of people who, clearly have no idea what they're talking about. Same sort of concept though. It's the idea that Entry Point is a ripoff of Payday 2, which to anybody who's played Entry Point and to anybody who's played Payday 2, you know that they're completely separate. But clearly those who have, said that claim have either barely played any Payday 2 or barely played Entry Point. So if you're one of those people who thinks that they're a complete Entry Point is a complete ripoff of Payday 2, you're wrong, and this is all the reasons, or at least most of the reasons why, wrapped up as quick as possible. Here we go. Yeah, forget it. Number 1, stealth behaves completely differently. In a lot of different ways. I won't go into every single little detail, but I just started my life away, wow. But, okay. I started my life away. I can't even talk anymore. Alright. So, the two are, very different in a little bit of different ways. But the major differences are body bags are limited in Payday 2. Detection rate is a little bit different in regards to distances as opposed to entry point. You have 5 radios total, but that's shared between all 4 teammates in your group. So you have 4 radios to answer, and then if you answer a 5th one, then the alarm goes off. Whereas if you have a full squad of people who have deception in entry point, you can answer up to 8 radios, but you can only answer up to 2 radios if per person in stealth. So yeah. So pagers are a little bit different. Body bags are limited. Key cards, you can only use them on 1 per door. Not a lot of maps have a bunch of places where you need multiple key cards anyway, so it's not too much of a problem, but still. Or at least to my knowledge, anyway. Disguises don't exist on an entry point. You can wear costumes. Yeah, sorry, my face is itchy. I almost did a face reveal. You can wear disguises in entry point, but you can't really wear disguises in Payday 2, except for that one part of the White House heist. You can wear the Murky Water costume as as an option, but that won't give you any advantage in maps like Shadow Raid and Murky Station where you're actually up against Murky Water guards. So, yeah, stealth is those are just the obvious things with stealth. I don't know what the fuck is going on with Discord. So, what about loud? Loud entry point is way more limited in enemies. The only difference in SWAT members is what weapons they're using, and then there's shields, snipers, and then all sorts of different types of Aegis units, and then that's really it. There's different types of enemies, like Steel Cove, I guess, which are basically the SWAT equivalent, except they don't run shields, and instead of Aegis units, which are coward shields with submachine guns in hand, and really strong, they have Shredders, which are just, yeah. Aegis units in entry point are basically just the Roblox equivalent of fucking bulldozers. Loud in Payday is way more it has so much variety when it comes to its enemies, and they're all fucking annoying, but it's got a whole bunch of different enemies. All the time they appear on the same missions as opposed to entry point where it's like SWAT. You have SWAT and then Steel Cove and then True ETF and then eventually Halcyon units. But yeah, they all behave the same anyway, so it's not like really there's too much of a difference in enemies. And then, speaking of loud, your arsenal is put to kind of a weird place in regards to Payday versus Entry Point. Your Entry Point gives you what you need in regards to guns versus Payday, which gives you everything you need and want. Like, so I was about to say 13 guns. There's 11 guns in Entry Point, and all of those guns fit a role, and, like, they're good at what they do, except the Raven. And, you know, in Payday, you have a ridiculous amount of guns. Like, I'm sure of you that whatever your favorite gun is, you're going to find it in Payday 2. And it might behave similarly to, you know, other guns. So some guns are kind of just reskins of another. Like the Car 4 and Power Submachine Gun are very, very similar. The Locomotive and Rainfield are also very, very similar. The Shimano 88 and the Brunetti are kind of similar as well. The Krankov and the CR 805B are very similar, so on and so forth. But you have a lot of choice when it comes to what guns you want to use, a lot of which are DLC. But if you have it on console, then not like every single. If you have it on console, then like you can get like most of the guns without like a majority of the DLC. On fucking PC though, like basically every gun that I want is DLC, so that's not very fun. And on the topic of guns, ammo behaves very differently. In Entry Point, whatever gun, like if you're running the F57, you have to find 5.56 NATO from from enemies who are either using the F57 or the saw blade. If you need 9mm ammo for your S97 or UP9, then you have to find somebody who's using the S97. Not the UP9 though, because nobody uses the UP9. If you need 45 ACP for your MM20 or K45, then you need to find guards who are using the K45. So you have to match what guns you're using with, you know, the type of, like, caliber matters in this game. In Payday, though, it doesn't matter what gun you're using. There's ammo for literally every gun. Like, you can kill a guard or any enemy, and they drop ammo for you. I was about to say civilians do as well, but I'm a little bit retarded. You can kill an enemy, they drop ammo, and you can refill it with basically any gun except the RPG-7, most notably, and that one rocket launcher that's like I forgot what it's called. It's like the Commando something. Maybe it's not called the Commando, I don't know. But yeah, those exist. Perks also behave completely differently. Payday has skill trees, and, you know, you can kind of get your little perks from there. Entry Point, though, has, they have, like, these little perks that you get, and then classes as well, to kind of, like, you know, give you certain benefits. So, like, those are kind of just, like, respectively just really different. Like, you saw, like, with the Dallas video that I did. I keep going up to the screen to check how much time I have left. You saw in the Dallas video that I did that it was a little bit hard for me to, like, you know, get the crew chief and mastermind skill tree, and can the fucking traffic outside shut up? And, you know, compare that to Entry Point's perks. But yeah, that's basically the massive gist of it. The two are very, very different. If you actually think that Entry Point is a ripoff of Payday 2, you are unimaginably wrong, and you are also unimaginably stupid. So yeah, that was a little bit fun to talk about. Let me know what you guys think. If after this video you still think that Entry Point is a ripoff of Payday 2, go ahead and play Notoriety. That game fucking sucks. Wait till you see that game. That's a real ripoff. I'm still gonna play it though because, you know, I can shitpost with it. Thank you guys for watching. Agent Kenshin out.